this show, you'll find inspiration, motivation, and advice from experts, as well as valuable tips on how to get started or improve your business. Let's dive into how you can begin and grow your wisdom business. Inspiring others looks different for everyone. How will you inspire?
Welcome to the Wise Dome podcast, and today we're going to be talking more about business and the industry of e-learning. It's more about the opportunities for entrepreneurs out there and aspiring knowledge sharers. It's only going to be me, and it's only going to go for a short, episode, but I did want to be here to share with you the latest happenings in the e-learning world. Because we all know it's booming, especially after COVID. A lot of people went into the world of sharing their knowledge online. And to get a perspective of how massive this industry is, I'm going to share just a few numbers that you should know being part of this industry. So to start off, the e-learning market size. Based on a report from the Vantage Market Research, they reveal that the online education e-learning market is valued currently, or as of 2022, at almost $200 billion US. To be exact, $198.2 billion. That's huge, obviously. This is worldwide. The market's expected to reach at least $600 billion by 2030. So it's a booming market. And while our local market scene in Australia, Statista reports that the online education here in Australia is set to reach at least $3.85 billion alone here in Australia this year, 2023. And the numbers looking at their prediction by 2027, they're projected to grow, and the market size will end up being about $5.81 billion US. So there are so many opportunities out there for anyone in the world of sharing knowledge online. It's just a big market, and as the saying goes, you learn something new every day. And if you've got an amazing skill or amazing knowledge, wisdom from your experiences in the world and so forth out there to share, you've got to get it out there. Now, let's go back to this. So what are the implications of these numbers? So many people out there are looking to learn something new, like I mentioned, and we all need to keep learning new knowledge constantly. I think that's one of the best things that keep our brains and us young. It's necessary to be promoted at work, for example, or it's also required for you to switch to a new industry. Some people are just always looking for some change. And the data also shows the desire of many to change their lives, and they do so through learning at some particular point. There is a huge opportunity for knowledge sharers, like I've said. So if we look at it from the business side of things, there's a big chance for those who want to share their knowledge. There's a huge market looking for your services. It's a good business venture for established knowledge sharers, or if you're looking to start out, or if you're looking to sort of expand based on what your current service or offer is, and expand your business and offer something that's like a small course or a library of information that you can create a membership around. With a huge market such as this, you just need to know how to start sharing your knowledge in a way that obviously your audience will love. So where do you start? You need to be able to show your audience that you can help them with the new knowledge they want to learn. So you also have to look at, what phase they're starting in and so forth. But you also have to prove that you have the ability to teach them. So you need, and a lot of us do, to start building up an audience. We start by giving out free content, but when you do, make sure it is valuable. It has some sort of validity to it. Sharing knowledge for free is one way, and it's a good way to get your attention out there to the right audience, and also build up, trust and your profile. If your advice is valuable, you will more easily gain their loyalty, and you'll also know what they need to achieve in their goals, because you'll start having that engagement. Once they trust you, you'll find your audience will actually start reaching out to you and so forth. So how do you reach out? Connect on social media. Share your free content on social media through posts, etc. Or you might actually have a landing page, or what people call these days a funnel. So that funnel basically is capturing a higher audience, and as you picture a funnel coming down, you slowly start filtering out. And one might be the social media post, and then it takes them to the next step, which is a sales page, and invites them to whether they might just give you their email address, or they might give you your email address to take further information from you that has slightly more value or detailed value in whatever message you're trying to share. So, for example, if you want to share knowledge on how to learn faster, for example, you can start by sharing posts on the different types of learners out there, the different ways people learn, understanding memory, how to strengthen one's memory as an example. Do your research, obviously, and then you start looking at the audience's needs, see what their pains are, etc. And a lot of us know this sort of stuff. But then the next step is, well, in the e-learning world, it's about protecting your IP. Now, we all have to protect our IP in whatever industry we're in, obviously, but when it comes to your knowledge and why someone would come to you to learn something or go through your library of information, well, you've got to obviously add that value. So you don't want to give everything away for free, but you should at least start bringing them further down into that funnel, into something that makes it feel exclusive with respect to the information you're sharing and so forth. Now, yes, I am the founder of Wisdom, a content management and membership management platform, but there's a lot out there. Everyone offers a different sort of perspective, but the main thing is that you want to be able to protect and secure your content. So while building your name and your brand, it pays to slowly build a library of information using a content management system. So, hello, here's Wisdom. You can take your learnings, research and information inspired by all the different various training or assets that you've built up and apply that to whichever platform you use. Now, for example, Wisdom, my all-in-one content management system, it's a tool that you can use to house valuable content. Now, our system itself, you can create courses, you can build up a library, so you can organise all your information you might want to protect and share based on different membership levels, etc. You can run coaching sessions, online events, have a social wall where you're interacting with your members. So whilst we have this world of, yes, the social media, the posts, which is at the top of the funnel, you still have to engage with your members at the bottom end of the funnel. And that is because they're your business. They are what brings your money in. So keeping that engagement, not just through teaching a course or coaching sessions, but engaging and finding out, how they are, what their new pains are, etc., because you can continue building content based around your members' needs, and therefore they see the benefit, they see they're listened to. So our system offers a social wall where you can interact with your online community. But one of the great things I have to say, yes, I'm biased about Wisdom, is that you can access all your information yourself, but the best thing is the information is gated. You can create access levels on your plan. So you have different levels. And when we say access, it could be like different membership levels and so forth. But you choose to give free, premium or VIP access to your community. And if you want to learn more about Wisdom, by all means, you can email us at support@wisdom.com.au and I'd be happy to answer your questions. But in the end, what it comes down to is if you've got amazing knowledge or wisdom out there to share and you are looking to either expand your business or take a service, whether you're a consultant. And look, that's my background. I was in interiors, and one thing led to another, and I thought, I'm going to just offer something else on the side. And I ended up creating a membership around interiors. And, the sidestep little message here was I couldn't find my own solution to run this, so I ended up creating Wisdom. But the point is that I was looking to expand and just create a type of income that I knew would be small at the start, but then the scales would tip a little bit where I could start slowing down my consultations and start building more into my membership and step back a little bit. So anyway, these are all options, but the e-learning industry is huge. In Australia especially, it's growing. So if you've got any message, knowledge, wisdom that you have to share out there and you're thinking, I should make a course out of this. I'm constantly repeating this bit of information or whatever to my clients or, customers who come into my store and so forth. Why not try a membership? Why not try a course? Just, you never know. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you so much for listening and for your time. That's learning, and I just hope that you yourself keep learning and start making impact with people's lives. Thanks again for listening to the Wisdom podcast and myself, Babylon. Be sure to click on the link and subscribe and like our episode and share it with people if you like. Thanks again.
Thanking our sponsors today and every episode that we do go live with, Wisdom and the Wisdom on Wisdom events. Be sure to check out details in our summary below. Wisdom is our learning and content management platform for anyone who's sharing their content online through memberships, courses, challenges, creating a community and engaging with their members. All details, like I said, are below in our summary. Thanks for listening to the Wisdom podcast. If you enjoyed and have been inspired by this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, do subscribe and please share it with others. Post about us on social media or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from me, Nikki Cali, you can follow me on Instagram at Wisdom Podcast, WISEDOME podcast. I'm Nikki Cali. Thanks again, and we'll catch up next time.